Smuggler Saturday. So, we are randomly on Tatooine right now. It's not really random. Yay for companion conversations. At the end of the... Hi Mel, thanks for joining. At the end of last Saturday, excuse me if my voice goes croaky today, got a call from Corso Riggs. Well, Corso got a call from his friend Jetson, who is in trouble. Or as the quest is actually called, in a pickle. It says, Corso Riggs discovered someone remotely accessing Vidu's accounts. Vidu is the guy who got killed while on Ord Mantell, and traced a signal to abandoned village on Tatooine. He suspects a slicer kid named Jettison, a member of Vidu's crew. So I want to find out why he's been accessing Vidu's accounts. Now then, which part of Tatooine's he on? Oh boy, that's in the middle of nowhere, isn't it? Right, okay. So, let's take Outpost Solara and hope for the best.
You're gonna live.
Hi Taffet. I am tanked up with my normal meds. I had a cold remedy before stream. I've got a throat remedy that I'm finishing crunching on. I got a large glass of juice, so I'm hoping we can survive to the end of today. So, we are going to the middle of nowhere. I suppose they called it an abandoned village for a reason. The usual sound balance checks, everybody. Let me know how things are. Hi Zin, thanks for joining. I had to tweak game sound down a bit for the last... Oh, you can't go this way. I always do this. You're not allowed down that route because that's a heroic area that is actually genuinely hard to do with just you and a companion. I need to take the other path. Thanks, Mel. Had someone... I think it was someone who had slight hearing difficulties, which is fair enough. I've got to try and make different things accessible for everybody. Found the game sounds, especially when it got around to the explosions, which smugglers are pretty good at. It wasn't my last slot to stream, it was in fact the Old Republic. Okay. And this is where I work out I still can't navigate Tatooine. Because I think I should have actually... Darn it, I think I'm supposed to have gone through Outlaw's Den. I spend so much time on Tatooine, and yet I still get lost around some of these paths. Admittedly, I've got the slight excuse here of I haven't mapped this part of Tatooine. So... a regrettable tendency. I like that. I'm not clumsy. It's a regrettable tendency. I need to use that phrase a bit more. I'm not so bad when just doing normal missions in Tatooine. I get it. I really struggle if I come here to do GSI, which I haven't done for a bit because I've been restarting class stories. But when you have to do the scanning the depths and you're looking literally down the canyons to find the bits and pieces, yeah, that's when it doesn't end well, let's say. Right, so nothing quite like a random bit of running around a desert when actually you need to be going to a war zone instead. Pull off everything. I cannot judge for that. I am hopelessly clumsy, whether it's in real life or in a game.
Here, let me.
I love GSI. GSI missions are very relaxing, except when you want to do the scanning the depths one. Tatooine ones take a bit of time, so as long as you're not in a hurry, that's alright. I really wish TOR would actually honour the weekly of GSI. Yes, I need to come through Outlaw's Den. Because it's a weekly like anything else. You do 10 GSIs for the weekly, but you get like 75 CXP for doing the weekly. when actually you do a shed load more travelling and there's a lot more effort involved than doing, say, Zerka. And they've just upped the dailies for the other dailies because they're daily zones. But I don't see why they couldn't up the daily for GSI. It might get people travelling the galaxy a bit more. If you want to, the most interesting GSI one, if you read all quest text, etc., is actually Alderaan. There's some really interesting things they do on Alderaan with digging up Killick weapons and test firing them and things like that. The only annoying one on Alderaan is you've got to find this giant red Thranta, which is always in the last place you look. And I've had a guildmate say, and sometimes it doesn't even spawn. So you have to log out and hope again and come back for the giant red Thranta. I've never had the not spawning issue, I have to say, with that. The other thing is when you try and find the giant red Thranta, which is blatantly obvious when you see it, is that it's harder to find when you're doing the missions, the actual GSI missions, but then when you are just, you know, doing normal missions out on the planet, you can easily spot it. No problem at all. Right, now then, which path do I need? This one. Screaming at the top of my voice. I think I've managed to avoid the screaming, but I do get that, oh, my whole muscles are going to go into spasm, because I think I'm actually going to fall. Although that is more of a Lotro tendency for me than a Star Wars one. I think I've only managed to have one full death in Lotro. It's happened a few more times in the Old Republic. Right, so
You're gonna live.
we're going to try and find Jettison. Oh, I actually will need Corso Riggs out for this one. Yes, valid point, Mel. I mean, to be honest, I've also thought the same about light side, because if you are pure light side and
Whatever.
you want to become
Let's have us some fun,
dark
Captain.
side, you want to go on a rebel, it takes you ages
You're
to get.
alright.
So the same, if you take any view to the extreme, it can take ages to unravel, let's say.
Do you have a minute? We're looking for a stranger in your village.
A Twi'lek kid called Jettison. I got a call from him, place from here.
No strangers here. They don't like them, if you're smart. Don't be one.
What's wrong? What's going on behind that shield?
Busy. Busy time. It's feast day, you know. Taste just like Bantha.
We're not getting anything out of her.
Don't go past the shield. I warned you.
Tastes like Bantha. Oh, I just happen to have a datapad here that deactivates any shield. Oh, I remember these freaky guys. I mean, there's plenty of freaky things happening on Tatooine.
Get
But
2 more fires. These strangers will be fresh meat tonight.
Corso, there's all muscle, stringy. And I have it on good authority that I'm bad for the heart.
You mock us. You have no idea what it takes to survive in the desert. Her gifts are few. It is blasphemy to waste any flesh she provides.
Are you seriously trying to justify this?
Kill them! Save the organs!
Scary people. I'll just kill these people and then I'll get back to you on the High King's Crossing. Gotcha. The cliffs by High King's Crossing. I think it's also theoretically impossible to die at on High King's Crossing on the statue of. Not that I've tried, but I've tried jumping slightly higher on the statue than what it would let me. Excuse me. Oh, need to defeat more cannibals. Eat more cannibals? Deliberately suiciding to get to the quest giver faster. I did once watch a YouTube video that was like, if you want to get to the Imperial stronghold, the Imperial outpost on Quesh, that the fastest way to do it is to come up to the top of the lift at Quesh, jump off, die, and then you get respawned at that outpost. Not most elegant way, but actually would save you 3 or 4 minutes of travelling. So, of course, in Lotro, just make sure you don't try and do that kind of trick before level 20, if you actually care about the Undying title. I don't really care about the title, I just think it's embarrassing if I die before level 20. In any game. Wow. Excuse my throat. I'm gonna get through liquid like there's no tomorrow. Or I'm gonna use all my throat sweets. Where are you, Jetson?
Corso? Is that you? How did you... I didn't think I would ever... Oh, I heard they took in strangers who were new to the planet. And they locked me up and... Were they gonna eat me?
Yeah, but let's just be nice to the guy.
They won't be hurting anyone again.
How did you end up here, Jed? I thought Serena got the whole crew.
I had the set cameras wired to my comm. I saw it all go down. Started running and I didn't stop until I hit Tatooine. I was trying to start over. After what Serena did, I've been too scared to go in anyone's systems. It was kind of a game for me, working for Vidu. It never really hit home to me that we were committing crimes. That people could die.
It's rough to lose friends like that.
I've got no one. No place to go, no money. I was hoping I could take something from Vidu, but... Corso, is there anything...
Don't worry, Jet. We'll take care of you. Won't we, Captain?
Well, yeah.
Any valuables here are up for grabs. Take what you need, kid.
The Separatists are finished back on Ord, Jettison. The Captain helped wipe them clean. I'll make sure you've got enough to get a good start. Maybe find legitimate security work.
Thank you, Corso. I can't think of anyone from the old crew I'd rather have find me. There's no one more loyal than Corso, Captain. You're lucky to have him.
I thought I recognised the name Arathet. Right, so we've done that. Let's get back on the ship and head to Balmorra. And I'll try not to sniff too much. I'm a bit tired of this cold now. Stronghold, quick travel, Coruscant's easier. Let's hope we don't have... No, we've got a fine server lag. Exit to Starship. Cool. Apart from the fact that I prefer to use the ships rather than the galactic map here. Last time I tried to use the galactic map during a class story, you get landed somewhere on planet, and then usually you have to speak to somebody on your ship, so you have to go back to your ship anyway. So until you've done the class story, there's almost no point in using the actual galactic map unless it's a planet you've already done. So, class-wise then, here we go. The reason we've got Shani in a bit of a smarter outfit is because you have been drafted, willingly or otherwise, to work for the Republic, effectively as a legal smuggler. I mean, privateer. So we're going to get an actual mission to do once we arrive at Balmorra. And in the last holo, he said, don't think this is all about just serving the Republic either. So we're going to be looking to see where else can we make money, while also kind of working for the Republic, but from Siani's perspective, she's not exactly a patriot. So let's see where this goes. And we'll be doing the Balmorra storyline, so I think we might get halfway through everything. So I think Balmorra is likely to take two streams.
Captain, who'd have thought when we met on Coruscant that I'd be calling you today with a formal Republic briefing? Senator Dodonna is eager to see how you handle your first mission. Balmorra was once the Republic's main supplier of everything military. Until the Empire moved in and the Senate voted to turn tail and run, which left the Empire holding everything the Republic had commissioned for Project Nebula.
What's Project Nebula?
It was supposed to be the Republic's answer to Imperial aggression. Top-of-the-line prototype capital ships, ion cannons, cluster missiles, and a few experimental goodies. Now the Empire is sending a complete Nebula munitions shipment to their front lines. The Republic's got no chance.
Stop looking like that.
You stopped talking. So, here's where you expect me to jump in and do something?
Senator Dodonna wants you to work with the Balmorran Resistance. They can help you track down the Nebula shipment, then find a way to divert it to Palliser Station, a Republic base near Corellia.
So, dangerous mission behind enemy lines, key importance. How many zeros are we talking?
The Republic wants the munitions away from the Empire. However, not enough to pay market value. A smart operator might sell the prototypes back to them piece by piece. Not that I'm the one who told you. Now, your contact on the ground.
What do we do with that one then?
Newman Brock.
Interesting.
Check in with him when you land in Bugtown. Hats off if you can do this thing, Captain.
The first thing I do when I get into Bugtown is I need a Risha customization. Do not let me run in face first. Yeah, what we're going to do with that then? Because, effectively, the Republic's become your key customer. If you annoy your main customer in a business, they can no longer provide you business. But then I could get clients elsewhere, I suppose. So do I end up just giving the Republic their stuff back at whatever price they are willing to pay, or do we sell it back piece by piece? Not that we got that advice from anywhere. Interesting conundrum. May not have to answer that today. And I don't need Corso out. I need Risha out. In previous carnation of Shani, she ended up getting effectively like a
Missed me?
a sister bond with
It's
Risha.
not as bad as it
So
looks.
that's why until Kotfi, Risha will be the main companion here. Thanks, Mel, as I'm talking, to be honest, I could easily have forgotten something in the 30 seconds between me saying and you reminding me. But like I think you said last week, it's in chat now, so I've got a chance. Hey Sam, sorry if I've stopped talking in guild chat. I can't multitask that well, so I've had to close guild chat.
I can promise a boatload of credits if you're for hire.
Thanks for following,
We're trying
Sam.
to break an Imperial occupation on Balmorra, but the Republic's got no ground, no resources, and right now, no chance.
I have a habit of being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I don't think wrong is the right word. The Republic needs help now more than ever. Balmorran factories produce the most powerful weapons in the galaxy. Possess them, win any war you want. The Republic must retake Balmorra, but we need reinforcements.
Is Balmorra a complete war zone?
We've managed to make a beachhead in a place called Bugtown that the Empire overlooked. Commander Maydeen requested all reinforcements see him at Republic headquarters. Can he expect you?
Long odds and small chances are what I do best.
It's not a lost cause yet, but I'm glad I caught a specialist. I'll inform the commander. You'd better get on board. Good luck.
Yeah, that's why I've had to close guild chat, because I can't type chat and
It's not as bad as
and
it
chat
looks.
chat. Although you can hear quite how hard talking actually is today. But hey, I'm in good company, so some great people. Right, okie doke. So, Oh, I need to... Why have I got that activated? Oh, I haven't. It's not an exploration mission. Right. This time, because Balmorra is so large, I will only do purples. Thanks, Mel. The guy, the vendor is just here.
See
So
anything
my
you like, give me a wink.
preferred Risha customization is this one.
Bring your creds back anytime.
There we go. Love that Risha customization. And once I make the ability to make my own white and pink dyes, Risha, dark-skinned Risha,
It's dark and dirty, but not the worst Republic base I've ever visited.
absolutely
Rhodia still
rocks
holds the
white
title.
clothing. Right. So we've got both the planetary arc to start here, the class 1 to start over there. At least you're well ahead of me, Mel. I won't be hitting the arms factory today. At least I don't think so. Depends on how fast we can just do purples. I'm only going to do the purple quest today. Oh, really? I might have a look at that on my way out then, Sam. I've never really customized Bodar.
So the hero of the Esselis is my backup. I couldn't ask for much better. I'm Commander Medine. We both know why you're here,
Did
so
I
I'll
do
lay
the
out the
Esselis?
details. The Empire's
Can't
taking
remember.
control of Balmorra's satellite defense system. It's only a matter of time before they find Bugtown and blast us out of this swamp.
Being quick on the trigger solves a lot of my problems.
Our first offensive was shot down. Another would be a huge risk, not to mention give away our position. The Empire's got us cornered. As long as they have that satellite system, they're going to keep Balmorra. But if we could get control of the satellite system, we could turn it on the Empire and even the score.
Everything's sort of converged at once for me. I've just finished Balmorra on a consular, an agent, and now I'm doing it on Smuggler. At least I've got a balance, some alternation between Republic and Imperial.
Have you worked out an angle yet?
My best agent managed to gather some intel, but he never made it back. His ship was shot down. I need someone to enter Imperial territory, find Agent Jago's downed ship, and recover the intel.
Won't I get shot down too? Yeah.
Dying wasn't on my agenda for today.
We've been using a small Balmorran-controlled shuttle pad to transport our scouts. You'll get there in one piece. Use this decryptor to verify the intel's contents. Then contact me through the comm station at the shuttle pad.
Yeah, Zenith. Love him or hate him, I think. It doesn't help that having redone things post Kotfi Kotet that is the same voice actor as Theron Shan. But no, he's quite bloodthirsty. He would, if he was force sensitive, he would definitely make a Darksider. But he wants the best for Balmorra, but at any cost, and that's the difficulty when you get someone who operates in that way.
I'll keep my eyes open. Doesn't take SIS training to know the score.
Try to keep quiet. The longer it takes the Empire to catch on, the better our chances. I'll wait for your comm call. Good luck up there.
The music on Balmorra is awesome, and actually some of the views are stunning on Balmorra as well. Okay, have fun, Sam. See you in a bit. Akavi is one of those characters that would be terrifying to become a life partner of, but she'd be loyal if you didn't. I've never done the Akavi romance. I've never been brave enough. She's confusing Akavi actually, because she seems quite soft-hearted, but you just wouldn't mess around with her. No, don't cross her.
Greetings, Captain. I am C6RR, the Class 6 protocol droid in the service of Newman Brock. My master most often refers to me as Sixer. I believe he sees it as an affectionate nickname.
Sounds like a nut.
Sorry, buddy. I'm on a schedule.
Master Newman! Master Newman, the visitor you were expecting has arrived.
So, what brings you to Balmorra, Captain? Other than the Fat Republic payoff?
No, that's it.
They're so busy hiding behind treaties, they're handing out credits like candy. I mean, folks like you and me can make a killing.
That's the
I
idea.
was told there's some horrific weapons of death and destruction the Republic doesn't want the Imperial Army getting its hands on.
The same Republic who walked out on us when the Void Wolf sent his death squads doesn't exactly buy them the moral high ground.
No, you're right.
I should warn you, Captain. Many find the Republic's abandonment a bit of a sore spot.
Understandable.
The Republic intel did point us to the Nebula shipment. Came through an SIS double agent. Codename Golden.
I never trust a man with a code name.
He's given us some of our best information. Without him, we wouldn't have taken Bugtown. But we need to be extremely careful in our communications. Codes, dead drops, no face-to-face contact. We've got a payment due. In return, he says he's got a location for the Nebula.
I did wonder.
I need you to make the drop-off.
I did wonder quite what you're going om nom nom at, because there was an option there to flirt with him, so I didn't know whether you're like, you and me can make a killing. Om nom nom nom. No. I need you to make a drop off. What's the catch?
I get the feeling this is a lot more complicated than you make it sound. You think?
The last agent we
Hi,
sent
Ninth
never
Prawn,
came
good
back.
to see you.
The Imperials held a public execution. So you'll need to hit a series of decoy dead drops to flesh out any tales before you go to the Okara droid factory for the real deal.
Who's guarding it?
What kind of opposition should I expect?
The factory is well into occupied territory. Go in quiet.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
And the probe droids, Master Newman. Don't forget the probe droids.
Right. If you see a probe droid, take it down before it can transmit, or you'll have half a division on you. Once you find the drop in the Okara droid factory, leave the payment and pick up the data file Golden left.
If we're only doing purples, do we get out of slaughtering about 200 colicoids before we can move on? Can't remember if we get away with that. I'll have a look at the Bodar customizations later, because we've had quite a bit of cutscene stuff to do at the start of this stream, so... And random desert wanderings. Oh, yeah. Lore object. In case anyone hasn't found that. Right, so... Oh, yay, we don't have to kill all the colicoids to be able to get on with the stories. Fantastic. I'm kind of hoping that my sore throat dies a bit by tomorrow, because I have to talk a lot more with the Lord of the Rings streams. At least with the Old Republic I get a bit of a... Someone else can do the talking for me. Oh, you're welcome, Mel. The other lore objects are harder to find. In fact, I've had to look up a few of them. Alderaan is a pain for lore objects, because some of them are like insignificant little things hidden in the ground in the middle of nowhere. So I had been gearing myself up by crafting, but given that I'm level 41 on a max level 38 planet that I'm just starting, I just cheated and got some stuff from Fleet. I am still, however, crafting, because I want to craft all of the Smuggler sets that are available under Armor Mech. If I just focus on purples, we might actually manage to get through most of Balmorra. So I'll try not to get too sidelined by gathering or side ones. If we get to the Balmorran Arms Factory, which is unlikely, but if we manage it, I might pick up one or two that are done inside there, because I only want to run through that place once, if I can get away with it. Ah, yes, that specific Killick egg, yes. In the middle of all those other less than specific Killick eggs. Yes, that one too. Right, so the nearest one here is finding Agent J goes downed ship. Let's blast our way through to that.
Let me.
I mean, if we're avoiding side quests, then I should try and pick up bonuses as we go through. I need 10 for this. No loot. looks like we're on the same quest line as those troopers. Let's try not to nick their kills then. This data recorder seems to come from Agent Jago's ship. The decryptor activates a message.
Can anyone read me? Comms blocked. That blasted satellite wasn't enough to shoot me down. The Empire's on the ground already. They'll search the ship and find the intel. I'm blasting the intel out with the garbage. That ought to keep the Imperials busy. The intel's away. I'm going down.
The distress call ends abruptly. There's nothing you can do for Agent Jago, but his intel may still be in the area. And it's missions like this that make me wish I could just press the N key and bring up floating names, but it's hidden somewhere in settings in the Old Republic. Because you're looking for tiny little transmitting devices. Where are they? They're around here somewhere, being Imperial removal droid. They're not good enough for removing them. So these things, some of them, there we go, little data pads. But sadly, if you want labels, as they're called in the Old Republic, you have to search them through settings, and then remember to turn them off again. We need one more piece of intel. There's one. It's being guarded though.
You're gonna live.
Huh. Oh yeah. That one doesn't even look like it's flashing blue. It is. Just from that angle it wasn't obvious. Right. May as well deliver that. Ooh, respawning. There's a bit of toing and froing with this region of Balmorra, at least.
It's not as bad as it looks. Commander Medine, I've recovered your intel. The agent didn't make it.
Even so, that's the best news I've gotten in a while. There's enough data here to build another satellite system. That's all in Balmorran shorthand. Looks like the system's operated by the Hawkeye techs. The Hawkeyes are the best technicians on Balmorra. Control the satellite system. We'll need their help.
How do we know they'll want to help?
I doubt the occupation's made them warm to the Empire. Most of the Hawkeyes
I
are
did see a
stationed at the
cat
satellite
run
control
past.
tower.
I don't know who was
But
on
there's
it.
one we might be able to reach. Ian Sarkis. I recognize the name. He's young, but brilliant. Bit of a wisecracker.
I'd say he's met his match.
On that, we agree. Sarkis works at a well-armed auxiliary satellite station used to spy on the locals. There's an armory on site, and plenty of Imperial troops. He reports to one of the Empire's best, Admiral Risha. No wonder they've got control.
Ugh, or whatever. That leaves it quite open to greeting however they feel like it. Oh, is it your own cat that's coming up, Taffet?
Should I be worried?
You should be careful. The only way to beat Admiral Risha is to stay one step ahead. Do what you have to, and get Sarkis back to the shuttle pad. He'll tell us where to go from there.
I'll make sure he's on the level.
Sarkis is too smart to join the Empire. Or he better be. I'll be standing by.
Could be very awkward. I can't see anyone in the room that I know to be Tommy, but I don't know the actual real names of at least 2 people. Are these both the same rating? Yep. Cool. Okay, let's get repairs and then...
Stand by for examination and suggested products. You are fit for duty.
So
Return to your
Thomas
post.
bites a lot. We had to gently train our cat to not bite, and now we're having to gently train our 1-year-old daughter to gently stroke the cat, so that he doesn't ungently paw her. Now I don't know if I go and do that one, we'll end up being sent down there anyway by... I think we might. It might be safer to... Now which way is this? The decoy packages. I don't know which way round to do these. It doesn't matter, let's do the smuggler one. If we have to do more travelling, we have to do more travelling. But yes, we found we've had to train the 1-year-old just as much as we originally had to train the cat not to claw or bite or scratch. Now trying to train the 1-year-old not to grab or pull, and to very gently stroke his back. Don't slap the cat because you're happy to see him. That's been it's a journey that's still ongoing, let's say. Right, so what we're doing here is we're delivering decoy packages to provide dummies so that it, throws off the Imperials from the thing you're actually going for. So the Imperials will think you are delivering something of value, hopefully take the bait, freeing you up to deliver the thing you actually want to. So we're looking for places to do decoy dead drops. I can see one blue flash thing there. Yes. Oh, there's a few Balmorra here. If you want to do the 500 plus kills of Balmorra, this is one of the areas. It's not the best area for the Balmorra Slayer deed, as it's not called. They're not too difficult to kill, but very often when you grab one of these Balmorra, the other, there are 3 here, another one joins the fray usually. Yeah, you see this one here has also decided that it wants it a bit. So yeah, when you look at achievements for planets, they keep reordering this so I lose it. Where's Balmorra? Balmorra, 87%, the reason being I have not killed all the Balmorra. But here you've got, 500 is your top one. So the last achievement was, seriously, I hate these Balmorra. And then if you go from 100 to 500, I mean it, no more Balmorra! You get no, reward for it other than I'm slightly closer to 100%. There's the... Did you want to yell it before I do, Mel? Because yes, here is an elder. I seriously need some of the debuffs I'm used to getting from a higher level. There we go, yes! Oh no! What will be interesting during the streams is to see... I've just killed 3 Balmorra and forgot I was doing dead drops. Where we're at story-wise when we get to level 70, because we're in one sense fast-tracking, I don't think we'll make it by the end of Corellia. He says that's a bit of a gamble on that bet, but certainly should by the end of Ilum. I had one character that was level 70 by Alderaan because I was doing all of the side quests. And the very occasional... Oh, gold mob! My turn. The very occasional heroic, but not many.
It's not as bad as it looks.
My intention, if people will still keep watching, is to actually run through all of the available content on Smuggler Saturday. Because I want to run the romance between Siani and Theron. Which, if I'd known that was going to be possible later, originally, my original Siani would have been with Theron. So, in fact, effectively now I'm recreating the one I originally meant to.
Senate is filled
Right.
with morons to let a planet like this go.
What did she just say? She said, the Senate is filled with morons to let a planet like this go. Yes, you'd be correct. Right, so now we've delivered 4 of the dead packages. We need to do the real drop. Yes, Mel, I did. Morning, Terry Adwin. Or afternoon, as it is here. Apologise if my voice sounds a bit thick. Nothing to do with my intelligence. And everything to do with... I can't breathe very well. I have a horrible feeling I'm going to end up coming back through here, you know. Is this going into the Okara droid factory? I think it would be better if I picked up... Hi, Marrow! Sorry you can't play a bear in the Old Republic. I think it's because if this is going to take us through the Okara droid factory, it would be better picking up the planet story here, and then that will still end up at the Okara droid factory, where you can spend hours if you really want to. Because there's tons of side missions in there. I have a bad feeling about this. Yes, indeed. I have a bad feeling about going into any of the droid weapons, whatever factories on Balmorra, because once you go in, you kind of don't get out for ages. So if I can avoid going in multiple times, that'll be better for all of us. Okay, so let's go do the planetary purple. This will be interesting to see how far we can get by not doing all of the... I'm still collecting all of the planetary and cosmetic gear. I think most oh, darn those lifts.
Here, let me...
I think I've got most of the planetary pieces so far. There's a few I have to go back for. In fact, there's one I think I've got to go back into the volcanic separatist base on Ord Mantell to pick up one piece of the cosmetic set. But it is worth doing, especially if you think or feel that all the classes have been mushed into one, to have some outfits that are unique. Ooh, chest. Or at least outfits that are more appropriate for your class to dress them in. I don't see the current trend of all classes having the same story ending anytime soon, so the next best way to that is to dress according to your class, which can be done via crafting. So synth weaving on force sensitives and armor mech on and on. Have you still not got that headpiece, Marrow? To all the people in the room, Marishir saw a picture of my assassin, my only major Darksider in this game, and was like, what helmet is that? And it's the Remnants Arcanian consular headgear, which comes only from Alliance chests, and is bound to legacy. So Marachi has been trying to get hold of that. On the plus side, you must have made a bunch of credits, and if you want, so you can make more credits from the companion gifts that you get in those chests as well.
Ian Sarkis?
That's me, and I'll help you with anything you want. Just don't shoot. I guess you must need me or the satellite system pretty bad.
Yeah, but both. I get to choose.
I'll take the satellite system then.
Let's not be hasty. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to tag along. But if Admiral Rizair discovers you attacked this post just to get me out, he'll know the Republic's up to something. We'll have to make a few stops first so I can cover our tracks.
That's a smart play, all right.
I've met Admiral Rizair. I'd like to avoid doing that again. Just get me where I need to go. I'll do the rest.
This guy is really smart. Shame you don't come across more people like him. I'll show you what I mean, because he really thinks this through. This is a great little character. So the first place we need to get is here.
Here, let me.
$4 million. Hey, never argue the credits.
Watch out. These transmitters used to keep Balmorran predators away. Now they attract them.
See how to deal with the Empire. Turn and local wildlife on itself, and these ones don't attack you either. See, they're friendly collocoids. There aren't many of those on Balmorra. Next thing on our tour is around here. Let's take this path. I could use picking up some gathering nodes when I don't have to fight through mobs for them, just because I need the grade 4 mats.
Here, let me. It's not as bad as it looks.
Hey, who interrupted that and how? Welcome to the League of Legendary Players. Pun intended.
I reprogrammed the droids to fire on Imperials. A little more problematic than a tech gone missing.
Yeah, see, he turns their own droids against them. This guy is just so clever. Yes, well done. Now, if you, depending on how much or little you enjoyed it, you don't have to play a trooper again. I keep meaning to try a dark side trooper who doesn't care two hoots about the system, but then none of my companions other than Tano Vic would like me, and you don't get Tano until Balmorra. If you want a really disappointing end to a planetary arc, do the trooper storyline on Balmorra.
Let me.
You never heard a planet say good riddance, or an NPC say good riddance at the end of a planet if you hadn't actually done the trooper story on Balmorra. Probably should have stayed in hunkered down mode.
I've scrambled their comm channels. If the Imperials want to tell the Admiral what happened, they'll have to go on foot.
Yay! Right, so now we've covered his tracks, we need to get him out so that we can try and deal with the satellite system. The only thing I'd say, Maro, is if you will play your trooper in any other capacity and you want free outfits, keep the bits and pieces, because I don't think there's that many good-looking trooper style outfits out there, whereas you can craft them and get them for free if you pick them up from the planetary and class arcs.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Oops. Constantly disappointing companions. I have had to recently bite my general desire to make my companions happy, because you can do that at the cost of who your character is. So for example, I just ran Balmorra with my Sage. It's a Jedi version of Talitha, who is using Theron Cedrax as her main companion, and at the end of Balmorra you can choose to keep or destroy a weapon. And she took the opposite, and in the past I'd have sort of dismissed the companion for the disappointment, and then bring them back again. But now it's like, no, whoever my character is, that's got to come first, and then companion influence will be what it is. Yes, Zin, I'm laughing at that comment. Yes. I don't blame you. He really gives you the run around as well. Okay, well, if you found decent armor for troopers on fleet, then cool. Whatever works for you. Look, I'm using this datapad without touching it. I know the answer to Marrow's question. I know exactly the answer to Marrow's question. You are a little bit obsessed, but I don't mind. It's bear day. I'm going to be streaming, and I don't know whether I'll have the energy to do bonfire night out, or whether we'll just do something with NJ when they get back in. Burn a pig born in a crackling bonfire night. And I don't know about other countries, but here it's a... Yay! Let's burn an effigy of the person who tried to bomb Parliament. Because that's how we, you know, celebrate these days, is to burn dolls that look like humans.
Return to your post.
In our, you know, modern day cultured society.
I was starting to get worried. There's a lot of Imperial movement going on up there.
I took care of it.
I hit some turbulence, but I worked things out.
I'm alive, so I won't complain that you did.
Ah, Terry Adwin.
Ian Sarkis, Hawkeye Tech.
That's our man.
I don't have that dwarf
control of Balmorra's satellite system.
customization.
Not exactly, but I can't shut it down. That's for sure.
I'm not sure I want to hear the rest of this.
Neither do I. Unless we have control of the system, any attack from Bugtown is going to fail.
I can get you one unauthorized command. Then the system will lock up, and it'll take the Hawkeyes weeks to detangle it.
That'll have to be enough. How do we make this happen?
The hack needs to be planted in the satellite control tower's main computers, right where Admiral Rizair and his men are stationed.
There's no way to draw them out?
Using the satellite system was the Admiral's idea. He wants to keep it as badly as we want to steal it. Once the fight's over, just insert this disk into the main control console. It'll upload the hack. I need to get to a computer. Thanks again for the rescue.
Taking down Admiral Rizair and his men is a tall order. Are you sure you're up to it?
Only difference between us is a whole lot of blasters.
Grit and determination beats formal training in my book. Sarkis and I will wait for your signal. We'll be ready.
Your constant desire to challenge yourself is admirable, Terry Adwin, but I don't have the courage to do that. Then again, I don't think I had enough LP to do the topless dwarf customization thing either. Which spawned the hashtag naked dwarf go. I need to replace the decorated relic. There we go. Right, so let's take down an admiral. Just a day in the life of a smuggler, yes? Okay. Yes, tomorrow is bonfire night. But depending on your time zone, it is actually bear day. So casual questing, well I say casual questing, I will be fine on the bear on Crick Hollow, I am venturing into the west side of Breland fairly shortly. I will attempt to have done the tour of Bree and all that kind of stuff. So there is a chance of whites. Oh no, you people and your puns! There's a chance of whites. I thought, oh yes, if I'm surrounded by things that are animated by the, you know, by the enemy, does that mean it's a complete whiteout? Ah! How many LP was that rare cosmetic stale when it was in that Teriadwin? Because although I need to remodel my champion, give him a new fighting outfit, I tend to find if I give my characters new outfits, I tend to play them more for whatever reason. But I also usually have dressed down versions for all of them as well. Hey, I've never taken that shortcut before. That's worth it.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Bare-chested dwarf. A suicidal, homicidal hobbit minstrel. Is that a story that's being written? Because it would sure make a good and probably more believable sitcom than some of the stuff we've had on TV. Okay, apparently Risha can shoot quicker while doing healing and firing at the same time than I could with my channeled abilities. Oh, okay, that's good to know. I don't usually buy, because there's so many cosmetics you can earn or make in game. I don't tend to buy them. Although I have had mild palpitations trying to get the right outfit for my my female Bjorning especially. My male Bjorning seem to work well in dyed Farmer's Fair stuff because it's sort of rugged rags and yeah, I'll try and. I mean, I've been writing down when Lotro have their sales and what they are on, so that I can anticipate, especially when expansions and quest packs are on sale. Because I still need to get. There's 2 expansions I haven't unlocked yet, excluding Mordor, because I want to get through unlocking them ASAP, so that all the rest of my LP are for me to do with whatever the heck I want. Oh, I totally missed there was a bonus here. I might not have caught them all. Yes, dresses do get muddy quickly, but she won't very often wear that dress out when questing. Jumps off the whatever. Oh, I love the way you guys keep me entertained when I'm just, you know, shooting stuff.
This'll hurt you a lot more than me.
Yeah, Terra Edwin, that's what I thought, because it's, as far as I know, you can't get it any other way. So, I will try and make a look for that. Make a look. Apparently, when I have a cold, I also lose the ability to talk English, which of course is also speaking English. Yes, I'm going to be short a few Imperials. Never mind, it's not like we're not over-leveled already.
Enough. This ends here.
You're right,
the
it
Republic
does.
is clearly desperate, but I never thought they would send a civilian.
I'm not just a civilian. Did you see those bodies?
1 second. I'm adding up how many Imperials I killed to get here.
You're going to die for a lost cause, my friend. The Empire controls Balmorra. The greatest weapons in the galaxy are now in the hands of its strongest power. If the Republic insists on fighting those odds, Balmorra will suffer for it.
The Empire got
I hope this
Balmorra
doesn't kick off
thrive.
again, because it synced once already.
As if we would leave it to you before destroying it.
Ah, yeah, I might have to turn that off. short. There we go. I've also lost it a little bit. I'll keep getting distracted by sounds. Apparently doesn't get rid of the ring. Streamlabs recently enabled Patreon integration. Unfortunately, it seems to want to do it every stream. So I may have to disable that. Let me just give me a second. Else those sounds are going to get very annoying for everyone who's watching. Integrations. Let's remove that. There we go. Right, those annoying jingle bells should disappear now. Now this conversation we're about to have here, I swear it should have been a choice. You should have had a choice what you did in it, and it reads like you could have had a choice.
One satellite defense system, courtesy of me. How's that for the rookie, Hawkeyes? Guys, tell me the other Hawkeyes are just ignoring me.
Stay focused. We'll find the Hawkeyes later.
Looks like the hack worked perfectly. I can get one command in before the system locks up. Just say the word and I'll... No. This can't be. The Hawkeyes are being executed. Admiral Rizier's orders.
Yeah, I can't English today. I've been having that for most of this week, of really struggling to get sentences out. No excuse, just brain not working.
Don't worry, a death mark's not a binding contract.
I can use the satellite system to locate their position. These orders are less than an hour old. If you hurry...
Sarkis, assault's already begun. There's an Imperial command compound. Can't locate. Destroy our defenses. Use the satellite system to find command. Shut down dispatch console. Mating out.
Well, I'm really torn up about a bunch of stuff being destroyed. But we're talking life or death here. We've only got one command. We have to use it to find the Hawkeyes.
Do it.
See,
I won't let
I think that
innocent
should have been
people
a
die.
choice.
The Hawkeyes are being held
Which way
at the
you
Okara
play it,
droid factory.
and it's not.
We're lucky. That's not too far
I mean,
away.
I would still play it this
I
way.
brought down their biggest defenses with the turbo lasers, but there's still a lot of Imperials inside.
They'll clear out pretty fast when I show up.
I can't thank you enough. Now hurry.
So I reckon that should have been
It's not as bad as it looks.
probably a dark side, light side choice rather than just a random choice. Yeah, the script certainly looks like it was written that way, Mel, to be honest. So yes, I was correct not to go into the Okara droid factory the first time, because that's precisely where we're going now. And I'm gonna not quite... Nope, not quick enough. Yeah, maybe it was intended that way. Because actually when you go back to speak to Admiral Rizier, he talks as though you had a choice as well. Yeah, I should have used rocket boost, but I don't think quickly on my feet. Which you'll find out if we manage to get this through to Coffee Kota. Right. So... let's blast our way through here, and then we can go to the Okara factory. Yay, my smuggler's on fire. Right. Trying to avoid unnecessary wildlife and droid life, whatever that is. I think if you come back and do some of the killing achievements, there's some, there's both a lore object and one of the champion level mobs down by the side of the water here somewhere, I think. I did it a while ago, so my memory's not great, but I'm pretty sure there's 2 separate legacy achievements you can do in there. Why does it prefer me to go through one door rather than the other? I don't know. Right, how are we doing for it? Let's just grab repairs and then... Yeah, there's a couple of good sites. I've been putting together some of my own maps and things, but they take a lot longer to do for the Star Wars stuff compared to Lotro. But SWTOR Spy, as well as Dulphy, together make good combinations for looking up achievements. SWTOR Spy is not mobile friendly as far as I can tell, but if you can dual screen or tab games, then you'll be fine. In the upper right corner, yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't thought of doing that. The other thing I was saying, I can't remember whether you were in the stream, Ted, when we were talking about the minimap in SWTOR does not have the amazing red dot feature that I really appreciate in Lotro, and so I've got myself into buckets of hot water before because of thinking I could just wander through an area because I'm looking for the red dots that don't exist. So both of our missions are down here, so we don't need to pick up any other lifts at least. Yeah, I wonder about rearranging things so that... Who was it talking about don't stand in the stupid? It might have been Zamzam in her PvP or PvE group post. Circles of stupid. When your channeling abilities is really not fun. Yeah, I wonder about rearranging things so they're in the same place in both games. I have started to look for things where they're not in both games actually, so it might not be a bad idea to reset that up. Yeah, that's what I also mean to do, Terradwin, is how I've got things set up here is these keys around here are hotkeys around that are just keys around the ASWD keys, so my main abilities are here. I keep meaning to try and do that in Lotro, but because Lotro has the main ability bar at the bottom, I think it's going to be quite tricky for me to rearrange it, but it would save me a lot more clicking in Lotro if I could. Rescue enslaved researchers we need to do, because I want to pick up the bonuses if we're not picking up non-purple missions. So do you mean by that, Terradron, do you mean you set them up for one character and then import them into your other characters? Jump by more so times? Yeah. You assume you're fine in it. If you're used to the red dots, you assume you can do it. And I mean, level sync's been around a while now in the Old Republic, but it means there are no mobs that you can't walk around. It used to be the same as Lotro in that once you were over leveled, you could just run where you wanted to and be free to do anything. And then they brought in level sync, and basically you can't just wander the planets anymore. You have to fight things everywhere you go, which is a shame. In which case I might try and re-keybind everything then. This is delivering the real package. I see. Yeah, I need to do that. How I get around it with SWTOR is, where is it? When you go into interface editor, I mostly use, this is an old agent that I originally set up to be this layout, and then I realised I actually preferred it for most of my characters, so I just use that preset. So in the settings folder there's always other characters, but I just use Kikaseti, which is a character I no longer have, but the legacy of that is I use her settings. Yeah, I'll have to look at that in LOTRO. It'll take me a while, as it did with the Old Republic actually, to unlearn what I have learned with LOTRO, but if I can get them back to key binding, then it will make things easier. Oh, that is good. I get really annoyed because when I set up new characters, I can set the UI the way I want it to in the Old Republic, but I have to redo all the key bindings.
This is Imperial property. Freeze!
Will that help?
If I listen, does that mean you won't shoot me? Because that seems out of character.
Good point. Don't we usually shoot them anyway?
Shut up! Spar, you take point here. Try to
Excuse
take
me.
them alive.
You didn't say please.
You
want to take out the rest of these idiots? We need to talk privately.
Oh yes, I'll need to find her a good... Yay! Flung him over the edge. Anyone who's not seen my streams before, I heard this annoying habit of accidentally hitting the C key during key battle, which only helps if you wanted to bring up the character panel while fighting, which, shockingly, is not something you really want to do. Import key binding. Oh, I forget that because both games have some similar, some very different, but tons of features. I forget what can be done. I can't remember what someone told me in LOTRO the other day, because I forget things. But they were like, "Oh, forgotten that was that feature was even there."
I'll let you take credit here. These aren't bodies I need on my name.
Fair enough.
Is that Mandalorian armor, or am I just really behind current fashion trends?
I am Mandalorian, but that does not concern you. I want access to Moff Tyrek, and I'll pay any price you name to get it.
Huh?
You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
No.
Guess the right number, and I'll see what I can do.
I'm not looking to hire you. I'm here because you're making secret deliveries from Bugtown to Moff Tyrek, Imperial Commander of the 63rd Armored Infantry Division. If he's working for the Resistance, I want to know why.
You're Mandalorian. Aren't you loyal to the Empire?
No. I am seeking
Fair
Moff
enough.
Tyrek for reasons of my own. I will give the Republic all I know of the Empire's plans here, as payment for Moff Tyrek.
I think I need to... I'm starting to play different characters different ways. I've found I've wanted to play the Old Republic more since restarting class stories. So I need a new male smuggler because I have never done the Akavi romance. I think when I first tried to use her, she likes a lot of the dark side revenge things. So maybe for once I need a really selfish dark side smuggler. And see how that goes. You have to wait till Balmorra for it, but only 5 or 6 streams, you know. But yes, I've never done the Akavi romance, and it's really harsh actually because My Twi'lek male smuggler, who you might have seen pictures of on Twitter, he was with Risha, and he was always going to be with Risha. That was my plan. But they've written the script such that she thinks he's been making eyes for her, even if you haven't. And when you say, sorry, I'm not interested, it's really harsh. The line is something like, no, sorry, I don't have something about girls with horns. You're like, I didn't want to hurt a Carvey. I just wasn't interested in her as a life partner. And there's just a slight glitch in the in the scripting of that, which means you can't just say, no, sorry, I didn't mean to lead you on. You just sort of insult her on your way out, which is really harsh. I will give all the Republic I know of Empire's plans here as payment for my Moff Tyrak.
I could see things your way. For the right money.
My money is gone, and all I have to trade is information. Think about it and contact me later.
Yes, but I could create a Zabrak smuggler.
Stay out of sight.
I've never created a... Yes, Marrow, you can join in the pun fest that is generally Smuggler Saturday. Excuse my sniffing. I think when I get to a logical point, I'll need to have a break and go make another mug of cold remedy. I've never made a Zabrak who wasn't force sensitive, so I could do that. But I might need a break from the smuggler story before I do that. But I try to do things I've never done before to keep things varied in the Old Republic. So, like my consular taking Terrence Tedrax as a pure, platonic friend. Not plutonic, not radiating, not that kind of friend. Just as they are friends. I really, really want to try Dark Side Knight, but I managed to create one that I didn't like. Whereas my now neutral Guardian, who is actually one of my mains effectively here, Alika. I'm just picking up the planetary arc stuff here. She used to be dark side, got really annoyed with the Empire using her, the Emperor using his power over her in that chapter 2 scene, and then recovered back to neutral. Horn in on the action. Okay, Marrow and Mel, you have fun with all that. So what we're doing here is just a refresher. We're rescuing the Hawkeyes because we didn't have a choice. I mean, I would always, in fact, rescue the Hawkeyes here, mostly because we need the techs on our side. I still cannot use penetrating rounds on while moving. I don't even know when I get that utility point. Is that down here somewhere? No, that's the slowing one, which is the re-rolling a smuggler. I just keep forgetting that I can't do certain things. Like, I'm expecting my penetrating rounds to slow my target's movement speed, and it doesn't. Which one allows me to... I can't find it. Must be down here then instead, is it? Oh, I can't find it. I really need the penetrating rounds while moving. It's there somewhere.
You saved us! I didn't think anyone knew we were here. The Imperials were gonna use us for target practice. We owe you one.
Get yourself somewhere safe.
We're gonna run until there's no more Imperial flags. Thank you again.
Right, okay, so... Now, are we actually going to Medine, or are we going to... yes, we need to go back to Bugtown for both. Oh, fab. Right, what I'll do is I will do these two. Even better, we can quick travel to the cantina. I'll do these two cutscene conversations, and we'll have a 5-minute break. I need a cold remedy before I start sniffing down the microphone at you. I'm really grateful for everyone's company. It's always good to have a laugh with people, especially when I feel a bit
Best place to buy. Durable, military-grade supplies. Come back in one piece.
Maybe having a stream running while you're trying to get one particular item, Marrow. Try to get
base I've ever visited. Rhodia still holds the title.
A gearing thing with those command crates. Try to keep things that are entire sets and decide whether you want the whole set, because you can get whole 7-piece sets from those command crates. Thanks, Mel, that means a lot.
Welcome back. The satellite system's down and the battle's over. I've been in some intense ops before, but that... let's just say Bugtown never looked so good. We're holding the Empire back by the skin of our teeth. Freeing captive civilians wouldn't have been my choice.
I didn't have a choice. We gain more this way.
The Republic's made up of allies, not buildings.
The Hawkeyes know Balmorra's infrastructure better than anyone. Perhaps they'll make future victories more certain. Either way, we'd likely be standing in a bombed-out mess if it wasn't for you. You've got my thanks.
It also helps to go through those heroics quicker. It's something I keep meaning to do, is heroic runs with guildies, but keep either not quite having the time or not the will. I have to be in the mood for heroics.
There's a lot of Balmorra left. What's your next move?
Get into more populated areas. Start contacting the locals. Our next major offensive is Imperial headquarters in the city of Sobrik. There's a sizable Balmorran resistance set up nearby. Beck Tauret, the resistance leader, requested our aid, but the satellite system kept us from answering. I'd like to send you.
I love a rebellion.
Good to know someone else is fighting back.
Up until now, they were the only ones. I'll let Beck know you're heading in that direction. He'll be waiting. I've got to get back to troop deployment. I'm certain we'll cross paths again.
Yeah, Mel, what I need to do, I keep forgetting there are some daily areas that I could actually do better if I took my assassin there. Or my shadow for that matter. So Orokin is one of them, because the H4 on a Orokin, which I think is still technically a H2+, is still a big pain in the backside. I want the power one. Yeah. Because if you aggro too many mobs on the Orokin H2, you can be royally stuffed. Oh, have I got abilities to train?
I'll teach you what I know. For the right price.
Scrambling fields. Yay.
Don't be a stranger.
You don't want to see my assassin. Is that just because you'll be jealous of her headgear?
Oh dear, Captain. I cannot say how relieved I am to see you. After you left, Master Newman went to meet with some resistance fighters and he never made it back.
Who's Moff Tyrak?
Is it true the payment was for an Imperial Moff?
What were... Oh, yes, the double agent. Moff Tyrak, indeed. You seem to be in one piece, so I trust that went well. Great sakes! I've just intercepted an Imperial data stream. A foot patrol caught Master Newman and the others. They're taking them to Camp Vigil.
Vith the Sith. That's really hard to say.
I'm guessing that's not a let's sleep under the romantic moonlight sort of camp?
Camp Vigil is Balmorra's most notorious prison camp, set up by the Void Wolf himself. Master Newman has a pair of field disruptors he intended to use to break our people out. If you were to smuggle them to him now, he could stage a massive prison break from inside. The Empire will be humiliated.
That's a big if.
I suppose this prison has a convenient back entrance. Laundry service? Off-site catering?
Master Newman has cultivated contacts among those Camp Vigil guards with weaknesses for stims and other restricted imports.
Oh, restricted
If you make
imports.
his deliveries to the corrupt guards, you should be able to gain access to the camp, if not the prison itself.
These guys are probably trying to hide their habits, right?
I'll give you IDs on the guards, and we'll hide the field disruptors in your clothes.
Oh, how rude.
And you're ready to go. Just head for Sobrik. Camp Vigil is just inside.
Ah, yes,
I
was
believe
in...
Private Rick's on duty at the
I
entrance
remember.
tonight. I'm sure you'll find a way to convince him to let you in.
You've no idea how if they brought out certain things that were not let's say on the, I wouldn't go illegal in real life, but on the grey of would people like this thing or not, and approve of it. If it helped my pain, then I'd go for it. With Sam and I have talked about having holidays to certain EU states, let's say. Kerrigan Freem, so that we could try herbal remedies to see if it temporarily relieves my pain. You can't blame a guy for trying. Sorry, when you do that heroic, I just think Kerrigan Freem, Kerrigan Freem.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
And then when you finish, it goes, I hear you came across that jerk, Kerrigan Freem. Right, okay, this is the perfect time for me to go make another small mug of cold remedy and have a 5-minute break. So this is kettle break for everyone. I will be back in 5 minutes or so, and we will resume our progress through Balmorra. So have a good 5 minutes. I'll be back shortly.
You're gonna live.
Sadly, I'm not allowed caffeinated coffee after the first 2 mugs in a day, so as I thought I'd be jealous of other people having coffee, I've at least got a pretend one, as well as my cold remedy. Okay, so we need to check in before we go to Sobrik. Yeah, I was in Sobrik only a couple of days ago, and I remembered there was these dodgy Imperials in the city, and I could not remember where you come across them. It's the Smuggler storyline. These are all friendlies.
Here, let me.
Then if we can hit the power... looks like you've got your reinforcements.
A mercenary. Whether you're in it for the credits or the cause, I'm glad to have you. I'm Vectara,
credits.
And this is Colonel Marek. We welcome anyone who's willing to fight for a free Balmorra. I requested backup because we've set our sights on the city of Sobrik. It's currently Imperial headquarters.
All I care about is my fee.
Balmorra is more than profit in weapons and factories. We've got culture, history, and heroes too. Colonel Marek is the most decorated officer in the Balmorran militia, and our man inside the Empire.
Our best bet into Sobrik is an aerial assault, landing in the spaceport and surprising them.
Our transport's an old Republic model. She can carry enough men to challenge the Empire.
But the spaceport shield disables any non-Imperial craft, and all the false promises in the galaxy won't deactivate it.
What's wrong with storming the gates?
You couldn't win, not without the spaceport. The Empire can hold themselves up in there and launch fighter after fighter.
We've gotten our hands on the Troida Disruptor, a prototype
Look
weapon
at you,
that can
Mal.
break through Sobrik's shield.
The Empire has fail-safes in place, and the Troida Disruptor will only work for a few minutes. Luckily, that's all we need.
But activating it requires enough power to launch a Star Destroyer, and we don't have it.
The only thing that's got that kind of juice is Sobrik's power grid, the largest set of generators on Balmorra.
I'm envious of people that can have caffeine. I had my last caffeinated one, not that I'm counting by the minutes, but about 3.5 hours ago. I'm not allowed another one till tomorrow now.
Tampering with these generators might get some unwanted attention.
The men will be armed for the assault on Sobrik. If the Empire decides to bring a fight here first, we'll be ready.
Now, the Empire, anticipating an attack, has positioned fully armed garrisons at each generator.
If you can get past them and siphon power from the generators, we can activate the Troida Disruptor and break through Sobrik's shield.
I'm good at getting things where they need to go.
I'll monitor the power grid
That's
from
the
here
life
and
of a
contact
smuggler.
you when everything's in place. Good luck.
Getting things where they need to go. It's another one of those sales lines. Like when you get the line in Shadow of Revan. Jacaro is a specialist in discreet cargo delivery. Yes, let's call it that. They're called ginger snaps in this country. I don't have another. Oh! Ginger snaps are different from the other ones. Yes. I know what the other ones are now. At least I think. No, we've got a different name for ginger snaps compared to the ginger biscuits. Yes. Right, so...
Some people don't know when they've been abandoned.
We need to take down the power grid, and... while Mel's drinking coffee...
Let me...
Gold mob! Oh, when did I get that ability? That one's stuck in there. I need that one quick slotted. I didn't remember trick shot coming in. I need that in that slot there. You see, our ginger nut biscuits are totally different from ginger snaps. Ginger snaps are... They look a little bit like... What can I equate them to? They look like a ginger version of Pringles.
Here, let me.
How did he manage to lasso me in when I just destroyed him? He's been like a half second ahead of me. That's what best friends are for, isn't it? You know, really good friends for laughing at each other. Right, I must not yet go into Sobrick. That's my autopilot. Round, flat and crunchy. Yeah, but you see, our ginger nuts are more like just normal biscuits, but shockingly made with ginger. Thankfully, I didn't have. If you use hunker down, is it hunker down on a smuggler? Yeah. You can avoid being lassoed, which is amazingly vital if you do the black hole heroic, where you just get pummeled around. So whatever your cooldowns are, try and get them faster if you're going to do black hole on a smuggler. The only thing about ginger and drinking things like tea and coffee is sometimes it can detract from the flavour of the coffee. Sometimes. But ginger is almost like one of those winter things, like cinnamon, where it's internally warming. Yes, I was too busy shooting to yell gold mob that time, but all three of those generators are guarded by gold mobs. To anyone who's not followed my stream before, and I can see there's a few people in the room I don't recognise, you'll have to excuse my obsessive map reading. I have a terrible sense of direction, even in games and areas I played time and time and time again, because I have a horrible sense of direction in real life. So I just have to remind myself where I'm going.
It's not as bad as it looks.
So good to get trick shot in there. Makes such a difference. Starting to feel like the shiny I'm used to playing. Right, so we've got those. Do I now need to go back? Yes. I thought there was a reason I shouldn't head into Sobrick just yet. Ginger tea, ginger ale. It is, Mel, and actually when you get some of the later like bag of tricks and things, resetting the cooldown on some of these things is very helpful for... Oh, that's why I didn't notice it. It had gone into my crouching tiger hidden dragon. No, my whatever this is called, the crouching bar. I keep meaning to disable it because I get really annoyed when abilities move around. Yes, at least I'm in good company there, Taffet. Sadly, my sense of direction is... I can't even blame that on anything that on any of my health conditions. I'm just bad at directions, navigating, map reading. I have tried, but wife is the directional person in this house. Yeah, you get some like resetting cooldown abilities later that enabled you to recycle. Well, they obviously also have their own cooldowns, but very helpful if you're in longer fights to be able to redo Gold Mob, to be able to reuse the more powerful stuff. What I do keep forgetting to do on my slingers is to use the damage over time abilities. I'm too busy just trying to shoot through people's heads and I forget the damage over time. Oh, yeah. Let me just stop this before I start the conversation. But yeah, I swear most of my last SWTOR stream in Moria was me running around trying not to fall and getting totally lost. It made me feel like I really knew what I was doing when I was in Evendom on my Guardian, because like as with like the Shire or Breland, you can pretty much, if you can see it, you can usually walk to it or thereabouts. But in Moria, I can't fathom it. I just get lost time and time again. Mandalorian noise Varro. Oh, good to know, Mel. Fairly good at reading game maps, real life ones. Oh no, real life maps are worse because they're like, so if I turn off there, I go onto that. That's a train track. Oh, if I turn off to there, that's a footpath. What the heck? This is supposed to be a road map. Moria's map is. Oops, don't know why I just pressed that. Moria's map is hopeless. It's totally useless. For me, at least.
We have control of Sobrig's power grid. Diverting power to the Troida disruptor. That's it. Transferring you to Beck Talrot. Sobrig's shield will only be down for a few minutes, so make it quick.
The Troida disruptor is activated. Sobrig's spaceport shield is breaking down. I can't thank you enough.
You can thank me later. Let's get Sobrig back.
You'll be the hero of Balmorra when we win Sobrig. I promise you.
I'm impressed. Those garrisons were tough, and I should know. I was forced to design them. Beck's got good men, but they're not fighters like you and me. They'll need your help to retake the city. Enter Sobrig through the main gates. Fight through the Empire and make your way to the spaceport from there.
You should distract them.
Use your double agent status to help us.
The greatest double agent in the world couldn't make the Empire ignore a spaceport invasion.
Good point.
See you inside.
Yeah, I'll trade 2 mastery. Oh, what's this off?
You're gonna live.
Ah, that's one I think if I... Has it got a die slot? Arrgh! Why do some of these things not have die slots? So annoying. I gave a previous incarnation of Risha one of those and dyed it pink. She kind of looked awesome. I thought they were making most drops dyeable at least. I wish they did. Whoa, that just respawned out of nowhere. What influence have I got Risha up to? 9. Quite good if you do focus on a heals companion, is that the higher influence they get you, the more damage they actually do, so they keep you healed, but actually they help you a lot more as well. The other side is playing a healer. I think I've got an Andronicus 25 something, not finished the class yet, and he's just merciless. Right, let's invade Sobrik for the second time this week for me.
You're gonna live.
Nothing I can do about tech damage. Right. However, there are Force users, so hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for 2 blasters at your side. Try to upgrade from the original quote. This is a multi-stage bonus. We'll pick it up. It's not that difficult. I made my Jedi Sage go and have a drink in the sunken Sarlacc. Just for fun, really, because you can. You just totally shot that Sith in the face. No, for me, it's not boring, it's risk-averse. Welcome to FJ's way of gaming. In Lotro, I've only recently started not having Herbalist in skirmishes. Because I realised they were probably taking me twice as long as they otherwise would have done. So I don't have a healer companion if I'm playing a healer. For obvious reasons, the fights would just take far too long. Right, so while we're in here, we need to deliver stims to dodgy Imperial soldiers. Hi Maxi. Thanks for asking. If I didn't think it was worth playing, I wouldn't be playing it. I only have time for two full-time-ish games in my life.
Examination and suggested product.
So, yes. And you can play it many different ways as well, Maxi. So there's loads of different play styles. You don't have to go Jedi or Sith. You can choose blasters as I'm doing right here. Right, how do I deliver these stims? Are they quest mission items? Yep. Oh, do I just talk to him?
Don't bring those things here. Do you want me to get killed?
No, I want you to get high. That's different. I was talking more about using skirmish soldiers in skirmishes, although I do need them for a couple of my characters in tougher landscape areas. Goldinum, for example, which is technically a fellowship area, but yeah, not for me. I need to find 7 more people before I have to destroy the sensors. You're welcome. Ask whatever questions you like, Maxi. I try to answer what people say. Sunken Sarlacc's Galaxy is the most depressing cantina. I suppose it is, yeah. Although, in a minute, I think I get asked to go change the music in the cantina. And I think it's the Revan theme that ends up being played. Yeah, there is a lot of content, Maxi. There's loads that you can do before you even get into the sort of the harder, more recent content. And each planet has its own story as well, which is what we're doing here. We're doing what is the Smuggler story, but we're also doing the story that's been written purely for a planet. So, oh, as if we're one off. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing what Beyonding is like later, because I've already done a couple of experiments, like taking on rare signatures a few levels higher than I am, and coming out with nearly full health at the end is actually quite satisfying on that Beyonding. Right, so, yay! This is where we get to reprogram the Cantina's music. Yeah, I'm happy to answer people's questions. I try to keep an eye on chat while gaming, so I don't have the answers to everything. I'm not a walking gaming dictionary, and I'm not the best gamer in the world. But I do try to be helpful and share what I know. But yeah, I see what you mean. There's not a lot going on in here, although if you wanted, I'm not going to do it again because I've already done it once this week. There's a nice Master Duelist bounty hunter here. No, he's not one of those world bosses that spring with the DVL. What is the galaxy? I've never yet played on TRE where Lightsiders controlled the galaxy. Since they made it the 18-hour cooldown thing, the Lightsiders never controlled the galaxy when I've been playing it. Yes, champion. There we go. So that's the normal music, and it changes to the Revan theme. But yeah, there's almost nothing happening in the cantina here, which is a shame. It's also a pity it's an exact copy of the cantina on Drumcast, despite not being originally an Imperial world. But yeah, if you want a champion mob, then there's one in that cantina for you to take out. We want to reprogram some security cameras. I'm doing this because it's a nice diversion before I have a whole bunch of shooting to do in and around the spaceport. Yeah, it's an exact copy, just with some of the doors blocked off. I can understand things being reproduced elsewhere within the same territory. So, like, you know, you'd expect Imperials to use the same bunker layout, for example, or Republics to use the same, I don't know, training layout. Thanks for following, Maxi. There's also on Voss is it the Tower of Prophecy? Is almost exactly the same layout as the Jedi Temple, if I remember right. Right, we need 2 more security cameras. The Sobrik is full of gold mobs, by the way. If you're not at level 70, it's worth it for XP, but it's easy CXP stuff. Oh, did he manage to whirlwind it? No. Good. I've never tried on Bounty Hunter yet, because I like ranged combat so much. I've never tried doing like the... Oh, he's going to be out of range. What is the one where you use fire... Power Tech? Where you use more fire and melee stuff. I've yet to try that. Gold Scythian, Gold Trooper. But would... I see what you're saying, Pterodon, but would they have really rebuilt things like the canteen to be Imperial-fied? You might be right. It just seems like of all the priorities they'd have, would be the layout of the canteen have been one of their top conquest objectives. I need one more camera. Oh, there's a dodgy guy here.
Don't bring those things here. Do you want me to get killed?
I'll make a power tech when I get the helmet. I hope you're doing all those on a level 70, Marrow, so at least you're getting a decent amount of CXP from all this. Here's a camera. Ooh. At some point I need to give Tiani the blaster combination I prefer, because I prefer the Exiled Revolutionary style blasters. I don't think they're necessarily called that. There we go. And the final stage of this bonus is in the spaceport, so that's fine. Now I need to... Before going to the spaceport, let's deal with the class stuff, which is right here. Which is also near heroic area, but we won't be going into the heroic stuff. Some events on Balmorra Imperial side happen chronologic for events pub side. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're probably right there, Terry Edwin. I hadn't sort of considered that. Although I rarely have a need to use them, I do actually like the amount of med packs that drop from mobs now. Saves you having to remember to pick them in case you need them. There we go. Am I going the right way? Oh, darn it, did I miss the guy? Was he outside first? Or was there one outside I need to do? Yes, it's this guy in here. Here he is.
Don't bring those things here. Do you want me to get killed?
I think those have a chance of different dialogues when you give those. You kill that Chris pub side, and an NPC you kill or not on imp side gets referenced in a series of pub conversation quests there. Ah, yeah, maybe right. Yeah. But there's a funny one with Darth Lacris actually. When you're Imperial side, if you let her kill the Balmorran governor, when you finish the entire planetary story and go back to Darth Lacris to basically say goodbye, the dead Imperial governor is there standing in front of Lacris again. So whether she resurrects him or whether it's a funny bug, I don't know. Ah, that's a good point, Terry Edwin. Yes, of course they are. Yeah, you arrive in Balmorra, Planet 3, Imperial.
You're gonna live. I've got the package you're expecting.
What? Oh, thank the Emperor. Or someone. I'm almost out. Are you taking over for Newman? I saw they got him last night. He really didn't like the delousing. You better get out of here before they throw you in too.
Not to confuse you, but that's kind of our goal. You get me into Free Newman, I can set you up with a lot of stims. Free.
I couldn't. They'd kill me if they found out. Of course, they'd already kill me for talking to you, and buying stims, and sometimes saying, "Fail to the Empire," under my breath when we renew our oaths of service. All right, give them to me.
Fail to the Empire.
And tell Newman he owes me.
Don't change your mind.
If I get in there and alarms start blaring, I'm coming after you.
I won't say a word, I swear. Just don't hurt me.
Fail to the Empire. I think there's a lot of clever writing in the class stories. Some intricacies we woven in and cross-referencing of NPCs, and I think it's a shame in one sense that a lot of the really clever weaving of writing has kind of been lost since having to funnel everyone down the Kotvi Kotet route. And I think the more I play the base stories, the more I go, oh yeah, that's the guy from there that they're talking about. And it's just, yeah, it's really satisfying. And I have yet to get bored of class stories excluding Trooper. I just don't get on with the Trooper. I'm currently replaying Bounty Hunter, obviously Smuggler, because that's where we're doing now. Nearly finished Consular again, but I've also restarted my main. And I've started a new Sentinel, so I've started the Night Story again. And of course I've got an agent. So actually there's quite a few class stories I've restarted recently. Including someone showing up on... Yes! Get off my ship, Kaleo! Yes, I thought that was hilarious as well. Although it doesn't surprise me that Doc knew Kaleo, to be honest. Oh, that person's claim to fame is just... kind of envious. The one class story voice actress I'd really like to meet is the Inquisitor one, because I've got two complete opposite Inquisitors. So I've got pure light side Talitha and almost pure dark side Assassin. And when you pick light side and dark side choices throughout the whole of the Old Republic, they sound like totally different voices. That's why I can have them. I couldn't create a different light side Inquisitor now because it would sound like Talitha. But yes, Kaizen knows Mako. Yes, got that one. Yeah. It's okay. I'm not going to load my Assassin Marrow. I don't have the best fashion sense in the galaxy, but I'm not going to make you envious of the mask that I've had for months and months. Okay, I couldn't shoot that thing because it was already dead. It just failed to actually die. Okay, there's only one route we can take, but we do need to take out 20 Imperials. Oh, Mel, yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely. I have once done, for my sins, the Cleo romance. If you thought that the Alara Dawn reunion was harsh, if you used to be married to Cleo, reuniting with her is not nice. Since then, it's either on the male side, no romance, or Ensign Temple. And I'm yet to decide what to do with Marisi, my newer agent. I'll have to decide whether she's going to romance Vector or not. For some people, that's not a choice. They fall down when they die, but keep twitching. Oh no! No. What I've had on mine with NPC deaths is you can shoot them, they're clearly dead, and then they take forever to sink. So it's sort of like you know they're actually dead, but they fall very, very slowly. Anti-gravity deaths. Yes, I did mine with a chiss, actually, Marrow.
Huh. Keep your head down. Security's tight inside the camp.
Do Mandalorians not learn how to say hello?
Sekoigar. It also means I'm surprised you're still alive. Better? I've scouted the cells here. Security uses a 2-man guard team as precaution against corruption. Neither one of us will be able to get in alone.
Does this have something to do with that Moff Tyrak?
One of my clan members is in prison here. I'm going to free him. Every patrol has an access code for one of 2 terminals needed to enter the prison. You take out the patrols here and get their code. I'll get the other and meet you at the terminal.
Agent is a very replayable story. Very replayable. Because there are multiple different options you can take. So you don't have to play it the same way every time. And yes, actually, in the Agent story, your decisions genuinely do matter. Yeah, I'm never quite sure now with class romances, pardon me, whether I want to do the class romance or whether I want to do Alana Koth or Theron. I've never done the Lana romance, that's another thing I intend on doing.
Come here,
I just haven't decided with who yet. Are you done sending droids my way? Thank you. I think Agent's quite a few people's favourite story, Tara Edwin. That even having met a Carvey, I think I might have... Lana romance is interesting. Well, it's better than an uninteresting romance. My assassin is with Koth, and I haven't quite finished Kotet. I'm gonna need help on the last chapter when I get that far. But I've never done the Lana one. To be fair, what I found hard is with romance things since Coffee Kota is if you decide not to romance anybody during the class story and the story does not work with you romancing the Theron, Koth or Lana, you have no other choices, and that you've got all these allies that come into your alliance and you can't romance any of them, and it's a real shame. I mean, I know it's a time investment and a voice actor investment, etc., but it would be really awesome for, say I'd got a male Twi'lek on the pub side, to get with the vet, for example. But it takes a lot more work. But it just seems unlikely that if you're single and you wouldn't mind not being single anymore, and you're all these allies around you, that you couldn't find somebody who would be interested. Detailed story writing thing again.
I have the codes.
Now we need to enter them simultaneously into both terminals. When we're in, meet me at cell 665. My clan brother is there. Help me free him, and I'll assist you with whatever you need.
First I want to know who you are. A name would be nice.
Akavi Spar. Go quickly. The codes change often.
She leaves no prisoners. Yeah, Kothraman's so far. I mean, I'm getting there with Kota on my assassin. It's not that I'm not in a mood to play a Darksider. Just the more I do Kota, the harder it is. He's lovely, actually. The Kothramance is really nice. But haven't quite got to the end, so I'm just about to do Into the Void on my assassin. So I've got 3 chapters left. I'm not looking forward to the last chapter of Kota on her because I killed Arkan and Valen, and I know what happens in the last chapter if you've done that.
Who are you, old man? What happened to the Mandalorian who was supposed to be in this cell?
What? He was executed this morning.
Executed?
I know this clan thing means a lot to you people.
I have no clan now. He was the last. You do what you need to. I owe you that much. But anyone you want out of here better be gone in 5 minutes.
Well, that's more than 3.
Because I am going to destroy this place.
It's one of those, it's not really a countdown thing. Or is it? I can hear her placing... I see what you mean, Terra Edwin. Yeah. But with Koth, you can sort of put up with his Valkorian obsession if you care for the people of Zakul. Now, where is this guy I'm looking for? If you care for the people of Zakul, then actually you can... At least we can be entertaining in both directions. Where are you, Mr. Brock? Here you are.
Let's get out of here. This place is about to blow.
What? You brought my field disruptors? Give me 2 seconds and I will give you a thanks like you've never seen.
That's 3, 4.
How'd you get in here? How did you even know to come?
Well, you haven't really got time for that.
I can honestly say, there is no one I would rather be looking at right now.
Yeah.
Field disruptors first, thanks later.
Right. Let's each take one of these and start busting cages. Free as many as you can, and I'll take charge of getting everyone safely to the base. Call me when you're done. We should find time to do this properly. You know, food, candlelight. Good luck, Captain.
Yeah, I've not had a free dinner since Alderaan. Okay, so I just need to click the cages.
Thank you. Thank you.
At least they've got rid of that how to make your heart go quickly music.
Thank you.
And it's calmed down again. I don't like stress music. I was very grateful in LOTRO to be able to turn off that battle music setting. Hi British Daz, thanks for joining. Because that you're being attacked music did me no favours whatsoever, so I just watched for my you are being attacked symbol. Oh, and lots of red dots following you around.
Saved my life. You're gonna kill me tomorrow.
And go.
Saved my life.
Upstanding. Oh look, away from Coruscant. I am now an upstanding citizen. I think it was Coruscant. Yes. Coruscant? Yes, I remember that right. I am now actually an upstanding citizen. Who'd have thought? Darn it. Ask me again in about half an hour, which that's when my cold remedy should be working. Is it that door I'm aiming for? Yes. I don't have to shoot everybody then. Yeah, I've been struggling this week with cold, sore throat, headache, and on and off back pain, which is new. But we're getting there. It's okay. I have things like streams, and I'm in a creative writing stage at the moment, so I have several... I don't know which hollow terminal that is I need to look for. Plus I now need to attack the spaceport. I've got several what I'd call useful blog posts that I've started for both games, but actually I'm in a fiction writing stage, so taking my time and just being creative. I'll need to redo all my, well, not all of it, a good chunk of my Yule Fest one for LOTRO anyway, and I'll need to do some of the prep before the festival, so I'll have plenty of work to do. So I'm gonna enjoy just being creative. Yes, the hollow terminal, back of one of the bases. It's okay. The important thing is Mel is out of Sobrick. It's at the yeah, Troida Military Workshop. Fab. Yes. So the 8th and the servers are down for about 12 hours. So based on previous maintenances, I would expect 13, 14, possibly even 15 hours. Having once been part of a web hosting company, you can't always predict what servers are going to do. So if you haven't got other plans, make them.
Come here, ugly.
This amount of server move and data transfers, etc., I would rather them take 24 hours if it means everything's working properly, than to be impatient when it gets to 12 hours and 3 minutes. Trying to think, what's my normal Wednesday thing? What have I got in Trello? That would normally be tour day, so I should probably switch. Or I could just have a few days of LOTRO back to back. Doesn't really matter. I'll see how I feel. Yep, definitely. The worst thing that could happen in this server change is characters, possessions, strongholds, whatever, accidentally go missing, than for them to lose a few extra hours. I know life is more important than gaming, but given that a huge chunk of the people who play this game, especially if they want the latest stuff, and the access to Galactic Command will be the paying customers, you want to make sure you don't accidentally mess things up for your paying customers. But Wednesday is currently my midweek streaming day, and is usually, there's one of those really slow deaths, is usually Lotro anyway, so haven't decided what I'm doing on Wednesday night Lotro wise yet. The last bit of the bonus is here, and then we need to meet with the dodgy Imperial guy.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, 368 and counting. Hoard those companion gifts like there's no tomorrow. Max a character as much as you can with the blue stuff. And then if, after doing all those heroics, you actually need credits, then companion gifts is still needed. On GTN, people will still buy them. Can I yell gold mob before this one arrives? Because I only did it a couple of days ago, so I know that's what it is. Oh, I was a few seconds too late doing my scrambler field. Oh, he cryo grenade me. I only have one interrupt. Oh no, I had 2 interrupts. I forgot about the other interrupt. Maybe T key is not the best for me doing the interrupt. Right, and Hangar 61. Yeah, he did finally arrive.
Let me.
Yes, you. Well, it's kind of got into my head even when I'm playing off stream, Mel, and that's your honor or fault.
You're lost, Beck. Your men are dead and your ship's in flames.
What? How could you do this to us?
Here come your reinforcements. Ask them if you don't believe me.
You're standing with the Empire, Colonel.
Balmorra will too, before long. Please, don't make this hard. Surrender or die. Those are your options.
I'll give you one better.
Here's a third option. Go to hell.
Wouldn't expect a mercenary to understand. When the Empire came, the Republic fought, lost, and left. Balmorra needs order, stability, and power to survive. Our future is with the Empire.
There a reason you're still jabbering at me?
Hear that, Beck? Your backups refuse to surrender. Don't make the same mistake.
Take out the ads, then I can just deal with Colonel Merrick. Done you. Maybe press the C key again. Alright, I'm a merc, but I'm not bloodthirsty. He's a kind of a gold mob.
Hello? Please tell me someone won that firefight.
No, we're all dead. Everyone's dead. Dave. Too many crossovers.
Unless Colonel Merrick wants to start fighting again. I'd say I did.
I'm no fool. I surrender.
Colonel Merrick was respected and revered all over Balmorra. If word of this gets out, we'll lose face.
Oh, I have killed this guy before.
Manpower.
You coward. Weak and spineless, just like the Republic.
The Colonel was once a hero. Let him die like one. Kill him and put him in with the others. I'll say he fell in combat.
Killing the Colonel won't bring your men back. He lives.
I thank you for that. Maybe you can pass some of that spine over to Balmorra.
Despite the Colonel's best efforts, you've won us the spaceport. Solric will be a battlefield for a few days, but we'll get it under control. Meet me back at the Troida workshop. I'll be waiting.
I think that's where I've got to go for the class 1 anyway. Hello? Is everything at Troida? Ah, 2 different rooms at Troida, but yes, okay, so we can just head to there. Yes, I have killed him before. Not necessarily on Darksiders, just if it makes sense. Shani's not being paid enough to kill people when it's
Stand by
avoidable.
for examination and suggested products.
Are they heavy armor? Yeah. Okay. So she'll make money
You are fit for duty. Return
legally
to your
or
post.
illegally, but she's not the kind of mercenary that's about how much you're gonna pay me to kill somebody instead. She's not a bounty hunter in that sense. We're all alone, more or less.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Just how my brain flits from thing to thing to thing.
Captain, I don't know who you got to rig Camp Vigil, but that place is gonna burn for weeks. We've been checking Imperial communications. They're going crazy.
Good.
It's the first time they've been seriously scared we could win. They're talking about bringing back the Void Wolf to contain us.
The Void Wolf, huh? Not the most popular guy at parties.
Yeah, I don't know what we'd do if he came, but it sure feels good to hear those bullies crying for Papa. So I had a chance to go through the files you got from Golden, and I've got great news. He's acquired the access codes for the research base where the Nebula shipment is being stored.
Isn't Golden really some Imperial moth?
Moff Tyrak. The SIS are still congratulating themselves on getting a mole that high. Now normally the Empire's research bases are crawling with soldiers like deck flies on dung. But today, they're grabbing every warm body to retake Sobrick and Camp Vigil. There'll never be a better time to strike.
I completely had that in mind when I came to get you.
Obviously.
I love a woman who thinks ahead. But seriously, it's mostly droids on the base now, and it's all coordinated from just a few command posts. If you can plant slicer spikes into the terminals at all the posts, it should open all the internal doors, leave you just the droids to get past.
Why bother with all that when I could just sneak in?
I wouldn't risk it. Balmorra is the birthplace of the Mark 37 combat droid. Building newer, deadlier models is a charming local tradition. Hit the command stations. There's no bonus for making things harder on yourself. And
Fair
if
enough.
you get that shipment, keep the resistance in mind, okay? We could use a few of those weapons.
Golden. Is Golden a gold mob? Is that our first level of today? No, I think we did 41 to 42, didn't we? I think. There's always XP from gold mobs. Absolutely. And 10C XP, as brain still works that way. So, where are we? We need to pick up the planetary stuff. Where is this quest taking us? Down this side. Okay, so we might end up not far from where you... Thanks, Mel. Where you finished your session, Mel. We might end up just before the final assault on Balmorran Arms Factory. We'll see. See how things go. Depending on NJ, I'm hoping to do a bit of a dailies time with my highest command rank character. But we'll see. You make plans, but with the combination of not being able to predict pain levels and a small child, plans are very fluid and almost certain to change. Really great to hear, Mel. It's the Smuggler plus the Bounty Hunter have the best lines in dialogues, and I'm enjoying with streaming this in that I'm enjoying the story, and I started doing that a bit more because I had been doing a do everything on every planet thing, but that can feel very labor intensive, and so I've been with other characters just taking my time and doing. There we go. Taking my time and doing the planetary and the class stories, so I'm just enjoying the stories. Chapter 2 onwards is a lot more interesting for the Inquisitor. You're not just herring around picking things up for a Darth who is doing everything for you.
It's over. Sobrik is free. I didn't think I'd live to see it. Of course, all the talk is about a Balmorran hero turned Imperial. We look like idiots. There'll be desertions. Colonel Merrick's rotting away in a secure storage room. Once the Empire's gone, he'll get a proper jail cell.
I held up my end of the deal.
Winning Sobrik didn't go exactly as planned. But with the city free, people will know it's only a matter of time before they're free too. Commander Medine wants to speak with you. We've got him waiting on comm-call.
I'm sure you have.
Did the commander say what it was about?
He didn't say, and I didn't pry. Balmorra will never forget what you did for us. Thank you again.
The Inquisitor story was what gave birth to my fanfiction writing for the Old Republic, and still has pretty much my favourite character. So, yeah, it's a very well written one, the Inquisitor story.
Commander Medine, I was told you wanted to speak with me?
Sobrik is free, and we have you to thank. A battalion should be in the city soon, though it'll be a long slog. You've proven your commitment to Balmorra and the Republic. I've been authorized to ask for your help with a top-secret mission.
Want more information first?
I never take a job blind. Give me the details.
Let me introduce Dr. Karsiri.
It is, and that's how I play it,
at the Balmorran
Terran.
Arms Factory.
Lead scientist now, actually. Not that that matters. I don't lead armies or free cities like you.
Dr. Karsiri is braver than he admits. He's working on the whole reason the Empire's fighting for Balmorra. The Barrager planetary defense system.
Yeah, when I rolled my assassin, I thought it doesn't make an awful lot of sense to be a light side assassin. So that's why I've got a dark side assassin. Whereas Talith is a light side healer. So both the Warrior and the Inquisitor story I think are more interesting if you go light side. Same as I think, to a degree, the Knight and Consular ones are more interesting if you go dark side. Consular is less satisfying dark side.
The last inside man I met was a traitor.
I am a Balmorran and loyal to the Republic. I will do anything to see the Empire gone. The Barrager can destroy an entire orbiting fleet without launching a single ship. The host planet becomes an impenetrable fortress.
We can't do anything to the Barrager unless we can control it. For that, we need someone who knows the weapon inside and out.
The weapons designers are Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis. They refused to work for the Empire and were imprisoned in the Gorinth Brig.
Why aren't you handling it yourself?
I'm only a junior scientist. Having a gun to your head makes you work faster, but it doesn't make you work smarter.
Dr. Meln and Dr. Ortis are the only people who can get us the Barrager. They must get out of the Gorinth Brig safely. My scout West Durga is on the Gorinth Plateau. Speak with him. He'll know how to get inside and free the doctors.
I have managed in the past to do dark side Knight, and for a while Consular, but I haven't done it for quite a while. I recently started a character I thought this is going to be a dark side knight, and I ended up hating him. And because I ended up hating him, I didn't want to play him anymore. So what I think I'm going to have to do is make him someone who wants to be dark side, but can still make correct decisions. That way, gradually eke into the dark side without being a terribly horrible person. So I might... But then again, the way the story goes, you still want to make some dark side decisions to make some of the other knock-on effects unravel. So I might have to try again. And I'm just running a neutral Sith warrior myself. So, yeah. Yeah, all that dark side stuff, Marrow, and you still can't get your helmet. Which makes me think of Spaceballs.
The situation is like navigating an asteroid field.
Keep me updated, Commander. I'll do what I can to keep the Empire busy here. Good luck.
And a piece of planetary gear. Right, let's at least get through this section, shall we? Give that player the extra buffs that they haven't got. Yes! Oh, it's so bad, but people are getting the references. I bet she gives good helmet. Right, so I need to get up to... oh no, not yet. I'm not going to the lifts yet. Do I? Yes, I do need to get up to the lifts. Okay. This bit of the map is different, Imperial side to Republic side, because there's one of the kill achievements about here, and I think one side you can't get there at all. There's not a way through, and on the other side you can. It's hard to do neutral with the new pick a side mechanic they brought with Kotet. It is. How I've got round it is to just keep playing with the dark light switch. It's been really annoying that they haven't given 3 responses to things like you can throughout the class story, where not always, but very often in class story and planetary stories, you've got a dark side, a light side, and a neutrally aligned option, and that does not happen often in either Kopfi or Kotet. So you have to do it by manipulating the system. Oh, I swear there's a special kind of insanity on Smuggler Saturday. So, you're my contact. Where's Durga, Republic Scout? I'm glad the Republic's finally taken an interest in the Gorinth brig. Too many Balmorran civilians have died in there.
Apparently I missed some important details.
The locals are tight-lipped, probably because they're afraid of ending up there themselves. I don't blame them. You'll need 2 access keys to get inside the Gorinth brig. I've got 1, you'll have to pry the other out of an Imperial officer's cold, dead hands.
It takes a lot to impress me, but you just did it.
Mine was dead when I got to him, you'll have to get yours the hard way. Word is there's also a spare set of each officer's comm station, but sneaking around seems like more courtesy than the Imperials are worth. I'll make arrangements to shuttle your scientist out of here, get that 2nd access key, and get back quick. Alright, everything's quick. Get this, get there quick. Well, Mel, they can't say you're not having an impact, can they? It's their choice whether they think that's a positive impact or not, but you're making an impact. We might be able to do the Gorinth brig stuff. Because we're not doing the side quests, we might get all this done, so the next time we're just storming the Balmorran Arms factory. if I was brave enough to do a 4-hour stream, we could do it today, but I think I would just be useless for the rest of the day, and I'll need to rest. Right, what we're actually doing here, we're slicing some command stations. That's right. So
Scratch one loser.
yeah, that droid, such a loser. And the bonus is, Marrow, it's a legacy bound, therefore you can use it on as many of your characters as you want via outfits. Oh, come on, I've got to do the full loop to get to these. Okay. There is a trooper just coming through here because that gun there is a trooper objective. I love the way you describe your elegant social club there, Zim. At the end of it, you'll have 5 million credits and the helmet.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Right, so 2 objectives in one area here. That's handy. You could, if you had one trusted, if that is possible, volunteer to do the commentary of your stream, and you weren't transmitting everybody's voices, you might be able to get away with that. It's not as bad as it sounds. Honestly. Still need 2 more Imperials. Oh, I got an access key. That means I didn't get it from the mob I usually get it from. Not complaining. Right. Go to the Nebula Research Base. Oh, is that down that crater? I will go back to the Gorinth outpost to turn this one in. Yes, that's a good point, Terry Edwin. Then at least you're covering, or rather they're covering their backside, so to speak. Oh my life, this is going to deteriorate quite rapidly if I go down this this train of thought.
Report your ailments.
There was a whole conversation about serious and non-serious uses
You are
of
fit for duty. Return to your post.
On Twitter. So anytime you talk about getting fish slapped, and I'm now just thinking of dual-wielding fish on a champion.
I've got the access key to the Gorinth brig.
It looks like your access key and mine match up perfectly. That should be all you need to get inside. But once you're in, be careful. The Gorinth brig is run by Lieutenant Vekar. He's the worst kind of Imperial, the kind that thinks he makes the galaxy a better place.
If he already thinks that, he might be willing to make it true.
A man who has families slaughtered just to keep his prisoners in line? I doubt it. Lieutenant Vekar's not alone. He commands an elite unit of guards known as the Extractors, nastiest, cold-hearted drones in the Empire.
Sometimes all a busted hyperdrive needs is a good kick.
The shuttle will be ready and waiting for Dr. Mel and Dr. Ortiz. Good luck. That conversation has made me very tempted to find out where I can get the slapperfish cosmetics from. I think Mirlas, one of my incarnations of Mirlas, has the fish slap emote. It makes a very satisfying sound, actually. Yeah, I've got a very fledgling runekeeper. I'm struggling to get into it. Also, from a gearing perspective, I quite like, you know, carrying things around, and the runekeeper just has a school lunchbox. Sorry, rune satchel attached. Right, let's just do a prison break. Average day in the life of a smuggler.
Building prisons must be the Empire's core competency. They seem to have one everywhere we go.
The crater I think we're going to have to actually store. When I went there with Theron Cedric, he was like, well, I guess if you have a crater, you may as well use it. You know, advice for life. If you happen to have a crater, use it for something. Jetpacks are always expensive on GTN Marrow, without exception. I have one, but only because it was gifted. They're usually far too expensive. And unfortunately, the free HK jetpack isn't impressive. It just doesn't look the part for a bounty hunter. It's a little bit lacking. Hahaha. Oh, very clever. What? And you made him a rune keeper? Not sure what David Tennant would think to that. Yes, command lightning.
It's no use. You need an extractor's ID card to operate that elevator.
I have Imperial access keys.
The Imperials only bring prisoners here to receiving. It's the extractors who take us below for interrogation. Get out of here while you still can. The extractors will be back any—
yes.
Not very chatty now.
Of course!
are you, old
Chisel!
man?
Yes. I've only just started being able to equip chisels.
Looks like we have a security breach. And some new prisoners.
I don't think so.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Chisel's the closest you get to a sonic screwdriver, I suppose.
The extractors are dead? And you saved us. I can't
Only
believe
worked out I could equip a chisel because is it the metalsmith can make one? I was like, what's a chisel?
Are you still in one piece?
I've never felt better. I could run circles around this prison. Or, you know, kilometers away from it. I know Lieutenant Vecker rarely leaves his interrogation rooms on the lower level. He keeps the most valuable prisoners close by. Here, take the extractor's ID card. If you're looking to free someone else, you'll have to get onto the lower level to do it.
Get to the Republic outpost and find West Durga. He'll help you.
I'm getting out of here before more extractors show up. Good luck to you.
I'll stop moving my cursor around, it's just a nervous habit. Right. So, there's a double bonus in here which is not difficult to hit without, you don't have to divert for it.
Here, let me.
You can destroy interrogation, which is a fair use of your time, to be honest. There's something with slow deaths today. My body's dying, I'll still do the about 10 seconds after I'm, you know, actually dead. Yeah, it's the metalsmith that I think I found it suddenly in my available recipes. I was like, what's one rune keepers? Because tinkers can make rune stones, if I remember right, as well as what's the other thing for rune keepers? Oh no, I'm thinking that you can make lawmaster brooches or something. Maro, have you got to do more heroics to get a mask, or have you finally got the mask? I kind of wish you had an option of what you could take from those chests. But no, you either have to sell a bunch of stuff, or make some outfits, or use up storage. Yeah. Oh, it's funny and annoying. It's just that's the major problem with RNG, isn't it? Is when you actually know you want something, how much effort to get the thing. The next two interrogation droids are actually really close, so you don't have to divert at all from what you're doing to hit these. Plus you can hear them firing up anyway.
Idiots! Did none of you think to stop an intruder? Or are we issuing invitations?
Yeah, really badly delayed
No matter.
death.
You won't disrupt the work I'm doing to stabilize Balmorra.
So, the torture, the interrogations, all from the bottom of your heart?
I must maintain order. Fear discourages rebellion. Whether you're here out of some misguided attempt to save these criminals, or you're after Republic interests, you won't succeed. The Gorinth Brig and everyone in it serves the Empire. They live for it, they die for it.
You are one messed up individual.
Your delusions are amusing. The extractors will cure you of them soon enough. Disarm the intruder. Alive if possible. Dead as an example.
That's the best way to deal with it, Maro. I've lost an ability because I didn't lock my quick bars. Haha! What's the drop? Oh look, it's a Datacron decoration. Because we never have enough of those. Right, then we get... what, before I forget. No, you don't get to abilities from the character panel in this game. I am missing the opposite one's cool head. I am missing brown head. Smuggler's look. Right, let's lock those things. Which elite mobs are you talking about, Marrow? Depending where you are, elite ones are either... Oh, no, they're just worth more XP or CXP if you're talking about gold mobs. It's just a thing that's happened in stream. It gets yelled out, gold mob. White mob occasionally. That'll happen more as we progress past class story.
Dr. Milne? Dr. Ortis?
Dr. Ortis, just give me a minute to catch my breath. I thought that fight would never end.
Forgive him. This whole experience has been traumatic. Dr. Milne at your service.
I can't believe you went to these lengths to rescue us. Thank you.
I was told you designed the barrager. I hope I'm not wrong.
The Empire imprisoned us because of the barrager, and now the Republic set us free. I think I know why you're here. The barrager is an incredibly complicated and well-protected weapon, as designed. Luckily, our design notes are in contraband. We can use Lieutenant Vecker's credentials to override the security system and get those files. It'll lock down afterwards, of course, but we'll have what we need.
You designed the barrager, but you need a how-to book?
The barrager took years to design, and even longer to build. You can't expect us to have the whole thing memorized. With our files, we can create a foolproof spike for the Republic, guaranteed to get control of the barrager.
Wait just a minute. What about all those prisoners? You might have forgotten everything we've seen here, Doctor, but I haven't. This is our chance to destroy this terrible place. We have to use that override to let these people go. As for the barrager, we'll figure out something.
The Gorinth Briggs caused enough suffering.
You may have just single-handedly condemned the Republic.
The thanks of 1,000 prisoners should make up for it. The override worked. Every security field in the Gorinth Brig has failed. We should get to a shuttle. Dr. Milne and I will do our best to get something together for the barrager spike. Thank you.
Right, I think... Yes, I just need to go back to... Gorinth Outpost. Trying to think where the story takes you after that. It might take you on to the Balmorra Arms Factory. In which case I'll do the class story one to wrap up, because that's just before you head towards the factory.
Stand by for
Talking
examination
slowly
of
because
suggested
I'm
products.
thinking slowly today. At least my cold remedies
You
are
are fit
roughly
for
working.
duty. Return to your post.
Word on Imperial Channel is that a Republic army invaded the Gorinth Brig. Looks like you've embarrassed them enough to lie.
It's so hard to be humble, knowing how great I am.
Well, whatever stims you're taking, keep it up. Balmorra's not free yet. I put Dr. Mel and Dr. Ortis on a shuttle to Bugtown. They were chattering about the barrager all the way up the gangplank. Commander Madine's been waiting on comm for your return. I'll patch him through now.
I'm glad you're back. We've got no time to waste. Dr. Milne and Dr. Ortis have created the barrager spike. It's hacked together from memory, so they can't guarantee anything. We really could have used their research.
So saving people's lives isn't really a priority for you?
I'm here to win a war for the Republic. I just hope the spike works.
So no.
The barrager could prevent another Telos or Taris forever. The Republic must get control of it. Our plans hit a small snag. We've been unable to get in touch with Dr. Karsiri, the informant who started all this.
You don't think he'd turn snitch, do you?
If he was any other man, I might. But he's much too eager to be a hero.
Yeah.
The Empire's massing their troops at the Balmorran Arms Factory. It's a battle from here on in. We've got to move forward, with or without Dr. Karsiri.
That droid is twitching.
Has been working on locating the barrager. He's waiting for you at the Sundari outpost.
I have a bad feeling about this.
If it's any consolation, you're not the only one. I'll keep trying
See?
to contact Dr. Carceri. I'll let you know if I hear from him.
I hadn't noticed
Maybe
that
not.
before. Is it twitching when you're not in a cutscene? Oh, it is! They both are. Do they move when you're charging them up? A little bit surreal. Yeah, both of them are twitchy. That was a bit odd. Right, so... that Jedi's got a top that I'm actually looking for. Right, so... Blah, 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 blah. We need to head to... Normally when it hits 5 I'd stop stream, but I like finishing things at least in a vaguely neat place. So... I think we have to, I think this is the crater area. So let's finish off that class mission first.
Yesterday, I had to buy off some Mandalorians. Here.
Start carrying a blaster, friend. We're caught in a war, and it won't end soon.
I think I started moving before you mentioned that. I forget is there a taxi nearby here? I can never remember. The Sundari Flatlands is up here, but that is once we hit. That's the last major area before you take on the Balmorran Arms Factory. Yeah, so this Smuggler class story one is in fact in this crater. So let's
It's not as bad as it
finish
looks.
things off in a nice neat place as my brain I mean, to be fair, I think the next planet's Quesh. Joy. I think it's Balmorra Quesh Hoth.
That's the word I'm thinking of. All right, death trap.
Yeah. What did she say? Look at this Imperial base. What's the word I'm thinking of? Oh right, death trap. Yep. I can understand the delay to stream, but I'm not watching the video stream one. I actually have an app called Chatty. So in theory it ought to show up at about the same time as when you mention it. But that assumes I see it the moment you post it. Which, given that I am multitasking, which is not exactly one of my strengths. Interrupts are usually handy when you're being fired on with missiles. Plenty of scavenge stuff means I can create the next outfit, but at least I have no pressure to do that now. I'll just gear up a fleet going forward. Right, this looks like it's in this building here, so at least I haven't got to go all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I do my best to keep up on chat and make sure that, you know, certainly if someone asks something, they get a response.
Here,
But it's why I
let
can't
me-
guild chat as well. Right, so... This base is ringing some alarm bells, and I'm trying to remember why. Oh, yes, she likes her first edition Galactic Encyclopedias.
Wow, never thought I'd have one of these.
I'm already 5 levels over level sync for this planet, so no particular urgency with getting all the bonuses from that point of Is this the base where you come if you're doing the warrior story, where you've got the guy whose memory you need to erase? Yeah, it takes a lot of concentration. I couldn't do it with multiple characters. One of my kinnies in Lotro was like, oh, I'm fighting against, not fighting, he was playing Hobnanigans. He was like, I'm fairly sure all these other players are being controlled by one person. How on earth do you manage to get their head around that? It's just a bit nuts. Yep, you got there before me. I think I'm getting... My brain is now going towards, I need to get things finished. I know I'm starting to feel tired, so... Is it dieable? It's not dieable, but I might keep it for another Jedi. Obviously, not a smuggler. Locate the nebula shipment. Why do I have a horrible feeling this doesn't end well? I'm trying to... It's been so long since I've done the Smuggler story, but so I have vague recollections of things. Ah, yeah.
Are you the Republic agent? I must be extracted at once. I am Moff Tyrek. My cover is blown. I require an armed escort to Republic territory and an immediate flight off-planet.
I believe you said there was a valuable munitions shipment stored here?
Well, I couldn't risk the Republic abandoning me, could I? How was I supposed to know Imperial intelligence would start asking where I got my custom land speeders? It's my private property. Questionable spending practices, they said. Unsustainable on my current salary, they said.
Said it would be easy, they said. Just simply become a Moff, they said.
You couldn't resist splashing around the cash the Republic gave you.
What would be the point of taking money I don't spend?
This is the problem with relying on people's greed and stupidity. It works.
The Republic promised if I ever got caught, they'd extract me, and I would retire on the gold beaches of Corellia with full immunity.
There are beaches on Corellia?
Now, make this impertinent vixen stop asking me questions and get on with my extraction.
I'm an impertinent vixen.
No.
Well, I'm going to be pretty much doing the same thing, Mel, so at least I won't be spoiling anything for you.
Your reliable source here decided to lie to save his own skin.
Did you think I'd let them kill me over a few lousy mansions on Hadessa?
The deal was for you to get us the nebula shipment, Tyrek. You go with the captain and get those prototypes to Palace Station,
yes.
or all bets are off.
Oh, it's coming back to me now. Balmorra, you'll love the Balmorran Arms Factory section of this, Mel. You absolutely will.
What exactly are you suggesting?
You need to work together. He can guide you and provide the security codes to divert the shipment.
I was fleeing for my life. Did you really expect me to... Oh, fine. I'll check my data pad. My assistant handled that sort of thing. Munitions delivery, A-16. Fleet escort. That's the one. It leaves from the Balmorran Arms Factory ship depot. Today.
Does your little pad have an inventory list? Maybe a value in credits?
If you're looking for a market, I know resistance families with old money. According to the communiques we've tapped, the nebula shipment is going on droid-piloted tugs. So, if you can launch them before that fleet escort shows up, you should be able to reprogram the droid pilots to fly anywhere.
I guess we're about to be traveling buddies.
This is so humiliating.
Don't shoot! I'm with Newman. My squad is secure in this location. We'll babysit them off so you can move freely. Let's take different routes to the arms factory. Traveling separately will attract less attention.
Chirac in disguise, probably as a servant.
A servant?
Suck it up, princess.
Then you can all meet up at the arms factory and show the Imperials what their resistance is made of.
Excuse me. We'll move out now, Captain. See you at the rendezvous coordinates. Suck it up, princess. Sorry, that set off my cough. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Oh, Terry Edwin, I think Mel said critical in a previous chat message. Right, okay. Have fun when you see the princess suited and booted.
Stand by for examination and suggested
Mel.
product.
What I think I'm going to do
Return to
is...
your post.
Yeah, I'll stop it there, because that's a nice even point. If I head to the Balmorran Arms Factory now, we'll be here till 6. And it'll make it harder for me to relax this evening. But thanks everyone who came, made me laugh, enjoyed it. We'll finish Balmorra off, and we'll try and speed do Quesh next time round. So, yeah, quite a few people have come and gone, so thanks to those who've stuck through all of it. Tomorrow's stream will go ahead as normal. It'll be Lotro at 3 PM GMT. We are now on GMT, not BST. And it will be Bear Day. So we'll be doing some fairly casual questing, probably end up in the Barrow Downs if I'm lucky, or the Old Forest, on one of my Bjornings. So I'm going to head off the evening, try not to talk too much, but thanks everyone for coming along, and as this is Star Wars, of course, may the Force be with you, and see you another time. Take care everybody.